Okay, good morning to you guys. And I'll say good morning once again when my Facebook Live begins. It's a good idea for all of us on this call to share that we are, having this live on Facebook. You can also share the link of our YouTube channel so more people can, people who can't get up in the morning or don't want to get up in the morning, they can always watch the video. So there's a friend of Neeti who watches the video every day, and there's another person who watches the video every day. Good morning, Janki.
Good morning, sir. Good morning to everyone.
So you're in San Francisco today.
Yeah.
At least you can imagine that you are. But which city do you live in, Janki?
I live in Madurai, sir.
Oh, nice. Madurai, Meenakshi, Tumble, and all that. All right. Good morning, everybody, and welcome once again to another wonderful session of Empowering Morning Conversations. And Milanji, good morning.
Good morning, sir. Good morning.
Anindita is going to join you this morning. She's arrived already or no?
No, she hasn't yet. She's in the flight.
Okay, good. Good to see you all.
Yeah.
So when we move into our 118th session, and after yesterday's distinctions that we worked on, what is it that opened up for you? What have you been thinking? And whatever realizations have you might have got, how do those realizations manifest themselves in your actions in your life? So I'd love to hear from you on that. Okay, so when you have an insight or a realization, some action points always can come out, or it just remains as a nice insight. Okay, so whatever happened, when you acknowledge and share about it, it becomes more real. So I'd like to invite a few of you to share with us. It could be anybody. It can be Rama, it can be Kunain, it could be Shakti, it could be Snehal, it could be Ramija. Ramija, I think you're joining us for the first time. Very warm welcome to you. And we'd love to see you here and become a part of us who are all working to generate positive vibrations in the world. So very warm welcome to you. Yes, Mr. Konen. You want to say something, please?
Very good morning, sir, and one and all.
Morning.
Yesterday was a great day for me because I had a realization, and that realization was that I have a power of understanding what's going on in my mind, what kind of thoughts are coming automatically, and I was able to realize that these kind of thoughts are coming, and also surprisingly, I was able to manage those thoughts and convert into whatsoever I am looking for, which is giving me good positive result in that situation. So that happened in the evening actually. After office hours, I was a bit tired, but my wife, she wanted to go for some shopping and all. So my first thought was that what is this every day and I'm tired kind of things, etc. But I realized that this kind of thought is coming. And then I realized that, no, I have to help my wife and children to go out, etc. kind of things. So I immediately converted and then changed my energy. Though I was a bit tired, but I changed my energy and then I was ready to go. And then we went out and get the things done, etc. So there was no negative impact. I was just thinking that I might not do this kind of things. But when I realized the thought is coming, I changed it, I got the things done. So it was very pleasing and so easy and wonderful, sir. Thank you so much. Back to you.
Okay, Hasina ji was having a bit of a challenge joining in, so I was just helping her out. Who next would like to share about whatever is opening up? One thing, Kunain, I wanted to ask you, I'm keen to know that whatever distinction we worked on yesterday, what difference that made to you? Do you remember what the distinction was that we worked on yesterday?
The distinction was if there's no right, there's no wrong, what exactly you will be.
Exactly.
So, yeah. So during that moment, I was struggling between right and wrong. My thought was telling it is right to stay at home, relax, But again, the thought came that no, you have to help your wife and children, kind of things. Then I realized that no, there's nothing right, there's nothing wrong. I have to just be in the moment and let the things get it done, kind of things.
Choose.
Yeah,
See, if there's no right and no wrong, you can make a free choice, no? The
true.
compulsion to make the right decision or not to make the wrong decision will not drive you. You can make more choices. And that's exactly what you did. So thank you very much for sharing that. All right. So Asma, it's good to see you. I've been watching you silently being there on our call every day. And it's good to see you again. Asma, would you like to share something with us? It's been a long time. After that, we will have Chidambar. But first, Asma. Asma, can you hear me? Are you fully with us at the moment?
Yes, sir. Good morning.
Good
Mr.
morning. Good morning. How are
Mohan.
you?
I'm very well, thank you. I've missed being here. Yes, I've come in silently because I want to get back on track with all your sessions. Yeah. So I've been trying just to catch up with what you're doing for now.
Well, be with us and just be in the distinctions and dwell on them and see what starts opening up for you. All right, great.
Okay.
Thank you so much. Welcome
Thank you,
back.
sir.
All right. Go ahead, Chidambar.
Hi sir, good morning to all.
Morning.
Yesterday I sit quiet and I remember what I had to be. Suppose there is no wrong, there is no right. So at that moment, just I realized what I have to be and what I wanted to do. My commitments and my intentions and my duties I remembered, and that clarity I got that what I have to do. And I remember that my commitments has to be first done. I supposed to be not influenced with my feelings. That was helpful.
Very good. Congratulations. Thank you very much for sharing it.
Thank you.
Great. All right, so let's listen to some of the other ladies and gentlemen. How about our young man, Mr. Aururan? What would you like to share with us this morning?
What should I even share?
Yeah, go ahead.
What should I share?
Well, yesterday, remember what we did? What was the distinction that we left you with? That if there was no right and there was no wrong, then what would you be?
I think I have to think for this question.
Okay, doesn't matter. So you can say, good morning, everybody. That you can say, right?
Yeah, good morning, everybody.
Wonderful. Thank you very much.
Yeah,
Good to
thank
see you
you.
on. Good
Yeah.
to see you. Thank you. Oh, wait.
Sir, I realized when there is nothing wrong, nothing right, there is a lot of energy, no waste of energy, and that can be utilized for what I want. So yesterday, so I was awake, till 2 o'clock.
I know that.
So I was just available for people who need help, but they don't take help from me.
Okay.
Which is my daughter, and so she was trying to do some assignments, and she does on her own. She doesn't want to take my help, but finally she reached. I said, I'm available if you want. I'm available. So I didn't force. So because today is due, and she did. She could not complete. Then she comes at 11:30 in the night. I said, okay, I'll clarify. And then after that, some other friend called, who was in deep trouble, and I spent around 1.5 hours to really, understand the issue, listen to that person, and all those things. So the energy, when I really, don't see any issues, the energy is high, and I can contribute to the world a lot, and to myself, of course. Thank you.
Exactly. Thank you very much for sharing. And can you see that when our energy is not being wasted on judging right and wrong,
Yes.
good and bad, and how much of time and energy
Yeah.
goes unconsciously, we don't even realize that we are doing it, right? So when you leave that, automatically more energy gets released. Congratulations, Sandeep.
It was a wonderful, if nothing was right, nothing was wrong. Obviously, we are spending most of our time in regretting the wrong things we have done, and we spend more time in future with the anxiety of tomorrow. And if that is a situation, we will always be present in totally awareness mode. And we can do much more things what we are supposed to do to make our life more meaningful, more purposeful. And yesterday, same thing happened with me. That one particular line, it created more of an awareness mode, and it put me into more present. I was neither thinking much yesterday, particularly yesterday for tomorrow or past. I was just in present doing right things. And I could find the positive vibes because of that particular one statement that you gave to us.
Great, fantastic. Thank you very much. So all of life is coming to me with ease, joy, and glory. Can you understand that now? We are now understanding it on an experiential level. Vetrivel and Rama, you can just let people in. Thank you so much for sharing that. And Raghu, love to hear from you.
Good morning, sir, and good morning, everyone. I would like to share 3 things, if the time permits. And the first thing Mr. Rama said about he has spent for other people is I had experienced personally in the last week, and I asked some queries about the investments. And very patiently, he was helping for me around 2.5 hours with me and my wife. And if other people would have charged me heavily for just to share the very important knowledge, which I have never known about it. Thanks for that. And it was right for him to express my gratitude towards him. And second one is always coming to my wife. Always we used to have a discussion, and finally she say, no, I didn't do anything and you didn't do anything, but people like you. Why? I said, I just accept as they are. And I don't see them right or wrong, because the right person today, what I see, maybe in future they may be wrong, or the person who I saw them as wrong, if I saw them as wrong before, probably they may be right now, because the situation changes everyone over the period, the time will change and people will change. I may be good today, and there is no guarantee that I may be good tomorrow or the day after tomorrow, because some situation triggers and the life entirely changes for people. So she realized, yes, it is. That's one thing. And another one is, the important one is, you used to tell, share things with people, because you may think it may not be useful for you, but it's useful for someone else. It was happened in like a couple of days before or last week. I mentioned when one of my office colleague, for my Emirates ID card, I mentioned about
I remember that.
How I went through and then I got it. So I shared with one of my friend, and yesterday what happened in her office is Middle East director, who's overall taking care of the Middle East region. He got struck with this Emirates ID, and then she followed the steps what I went through. And then at the end of the day, Middle East manager congratulated her effort, but she's very young and doing the intern only, but to able to solve his problem. And the email went to his manager, his next level of people, and she was very happy about it. And
congratulations. And a very warm welcome to Anand Pol Saab and Reddy Garu. And in the meantime, let's hear from our good friend Kuldeep ji. Good morning, Kuldeep ji. You can share or you can share. दोनों में से कोई भी चलेगा, दोनों भी चलेगा. Share हो या share हो, both are welcome.
Good morning, sir, and good morning, friends. My sharing is that in that condition, I feel that I will be full of creativity, peace, and serenity.
Wow.
And as far as share is concerned, I would request all friends कि वक्त निकाल कर बातें कर लिया करो अपनों से.
वक्त निकाल के बातें कर लिया करो अपनों से. Okay, great, fantastic.
जब अपने ही न रहेंगे तो वक्त का क्या करोगे?
अरे वाह, वक्त निकाल के बातें किया करो अपनों से. Take out some time to talk to people who are dear to you. And if none of the dear ones remain, what will you do with your time? Wow, fantastic. Thank you very much for sharing that. And I'm sure now Kunain Saab is getting inspired and he also wants to share a share. And let's do that. Anand Saab, you wanted to say something? I saw that you had unmuted yourself.
Yeah, good morning, Sukhadeep ji.
Welcome, sir. Welcome.
Yesterday's one line, nothing is wrong and nothing is right. I started thinking about it since yesterday. And I found that really we spend a lot of time for thinking about right and wrong, which is really not correct. And that time can be utilized. That time can be utilized for developing some new ideas for forgetting the right and wrong.
Beautiful. Thank you very much for coming, and thank you very much for sharing. It's a pleasure to have you. Okay, is there anybody else who would like to say something before we move on to the agenda of the day?
Permits, I will.
It does.
Thank you very much.
All the time in the world for you, Vetrivel.
Thank you very much.
Because of you, we are doing this. It's your idea.
I love you, sir. Actually, yesterday we did a depth session, and after that we were talking about access consciousness, everything. It was a very deep discussion. Then something went into my mind. I was just very firm about initiating something. I called my wife, also told her this is I'm going to something. She said, I want you to exactly talk like this, but you were talking something else until earlier. That's a different story. But after that, I went to office. First thing is I am getting a call from a different company. They say exactly about the initiative which I am planning. It is from the same company, not for the career perspective, but for the information sake. This kind of person, I am supposed to go search and sit with him, collect information. That person is calling and talking, you want to do these things. Then I said, send me all those details. Second thing, after speaking a long time, she said, are you Tamil guy? I said, how did you find? From your name, I can figure it out. I also stayed in Tamil Nadu, I speak. So we connected deeper. It was like, oh my God, I'm just planning something. It is just jumping into my head. So I just thank God and thank everyone. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. And you know, there's an old saying that the moment one commits himself, then providence moves too. All manner of things start happening to support you. Manner of unforeseen events and support which you can't even imagine will start coming your way. Life becomes a miracle, you know. So very nice. Thank you very much for your inspiring sharing. So every one of you today is really inspired, I say. I'm also getting inspired. Wow, fantastic. Thank you very much. So welcome once again to our empowering morning conversations. And as you know, the purpose of these conversations is to allow us to negate the negative influences that are bombarding us. So the world is constantly bombarding us with more and more negative things. So I was talking to one journalist friend of mine. I said, why do you keep highlighting only the negative things? Why don't you highlight more of the positive things? Sir, negative sells. People are more interested to know about what catastrophes have happened, how many scams have happened, and how many people died, and how many disasters have happened. Who is interested in great things? I said, who told you that? Come and join us in the empowering morning conversations. But she hasn't joined us yet. I'm waiting for her to join. Her bread and butter seems to depend on spreading doom and gloom. So likewise, you might meet a lot of people. They love to talk about doom and gloom, you know. You open your mouth and say something and they'll start complaining, or they'll say, oh, this is wrong with the world and that is wrong in the world. In our time, it was like this and blah, blah, blah. Hello, what good is it going to do for me and you? See, the human beings get influenced very easily, as you know. Okay? It's a very paradoxical thing I'm saying. When you try to convince them for something good, then they don't get influenced easily. Huh? Why I should do this, how, where is the proof, blah, blah, blah. But you tell them something negative, they'll get influenced very easily. This is my experience. I don't know what yours is. Okay. But I'm very simply saying that, look, if we are getting influenced so easily, how is it that I'm getting influenced so easily? Through my own feelings. So if I know to generate the feelings that I want, I can generate it myself, right? Why should I allow myself to be influenced? So many people's motivation is that somebody has to come and frighten them, then they will work more. Somebody has to come and, you know, dangle a carrot in front of their face, then they will work more. Why do you need that? Yeah? Whatever feeling you need in order to give you 100% in life, you have the capability of generating it. Remember, at least one thing which we can generate very easily, and we do it quite frequently on our morning conversations. So shall we generate that one today? All right. So when I say 1, 2, 3, we will all laugh 100%. Remember, don't make a sound. Sound is not required to laugh 100%. So when I say 1, 2, 3, we will all start. Yes, start. Anandji, you also. Only the ladies with heavy makeup are not allowed because it might get cracked. So what a wonderful way to start a new day, isn't it? This day, which can be a great and wonderful adventure if you make it one. It can be a great and magnificent adventure if you make it one, or it can be just another day. So how was your day? Just another day. So this is the kind of answer you get very often. You know, how was your day yesterday? Normal. How many times you'll hear, wow, it was a wonderful adventure. So sometimes you guys come and share your adventures as to how you got your Emirates card, exciting adventure, or so many others. I mean, every day somebody or the other sharing something. I remember Kuldeep ji sharing the episode of his pen and how he got it fixed and without getting angry. That was another adventure. So what is not an adventure? See, what is not an adventure? What is not an adventure is that when we live in our default mode, just like usual, survival mode, just another day, sir. Somebody's phone is making a lot of noise. Mute yourself, please. Right. So what's just another day? What is not an adventure when we are living at survival? That's not an adventure, really. No, sir, that's also an adventure. Yeah. When it comes. You know, so we were in a discussion, I don't know which group I was talking about. And you know something, if you don't create challenges for yourself, now listen to this one very carefully. If you don't create challenges for yourself, because challenges are necessary for your growth, then providence will create one for you. If you don't create challenges for yourself every day, providence will create it for you. The world will create it for you. Or God will create it for you because he wants you to grow. And that's why I always say that every experience is an opportunity to become a better version of yourself. You understand? So there's no good experience, there's no bad experience. Every experience is an opportunity to be a better version of yourself. And that's who you be when you're not in right and wrong, good and bad. You understand? So default mode is right and wrong, good and bad, complaining, crying, fighting, struggling. And what is the other mode? When life comes to us with ease, joy, and glory. That's the mode we want to be in, isn't it? So the purpose of this program, every morning we come here to take one more step in the right direction. And what is the right direction? To have a life which is full of joy, glory, and ease, and adventure. Every moment of our life, we are living it passionately, enthusiastically, enjoying every moment of it, good or bad, whatever, we don't care. This is the only life we've got hold of right now. You understand that? This is it. There's no point in waiting to live. I've met a lot of people who are waiting to live. Save your money, work hard, save your money, so that when you are old, you can buy all those things which only young people can enjoy. Mitrivel, can you repeat this statement which I just made? Work hard.
Work hard till the old age.
Hello, work hard and save your money so that when you're old,
Sorry, sir.
you can buy all the things which only young people enjoy. You getting it? That's what a lot of people are doing. We are working hard. We will really live, you know, when we retire. That's when I can do what I want. That's when I can live my life of choice. So some people have to wait a long time for that. And then in that whole effort of making it, saving it, one day, someday we will start living the way we want. we become old. Okay. And then, so if I was younger, no, I could have done this also. You know, I was not, when I was young, I never got an opportunity to go and do bungee jumping or paragliding. Paragliding I've done, right? So many things I didn't do, right? I was so busy waiting to live my life. Now I've got all the means, right? But, you know, we had gone to Roussel Khema once with my wife and some friends, and we went for scuba diving. All right. Deep sea diving, right? So two of our friends and one friend and the son is a licensed deep sea diver and all that. No, come on, uncle, you can do it. And the people who were organizing it, they said, do you have any medical condition? I said, yeah, about 7 months ago, I had 4 stents put in my heart. Sir, sorry, you cannot go. I said, why not? No, you cannot, sir. We cannot take the risk. If you want, you can take it, but we cannot. So I got influenced by him and I didn't do it. My wife went. My son went. And I've got these lovely photographs of them going deep into the sea and all that. So what's the point, man? We've got life hold of right now. This life can be a daring adventure or nothing. Remember what Helen Keeler said? Life is a daring adventure or nothing. She's a deaf and blind woman saying that. You know, I had the great honor of listening to one doctor the other day on a talk. He was a doctor who was certified as 90% disabled. He's a radiologist who had an accident, all right? And he's a fully functional. Terrible things happened. His wife left him, his children left him, he's all alone and everything. But you look at the zest for life that he's got now. He shows you the scars and this and that, you know, he says, I've got half my lung, I've got half my this thing, that thing, but I'm still functioning. He even lost his voice at some point, okay? They said, you've got vocal cord cancer. So they operated it. And then to recover his voice, they said, you should make different sounds. So you know what he said? I started singing, which I never did in my life. And he sang a song also, and very nice. See, the point is, all of life comes to me with ease, joy, and glory, irrespective of what situation you are in. That's called living a life of choice, you know. If you lived by decision, maybe you would be doing nothing. So that's why we are here every morning, so that we can give a dose of inspiration to ourselves, or we can work at a deeper level. Like I keep telling you, here we work on mental, physical, emotional level. And another level, which I don't talk too much, is that we are working at the energetic level also. We are working at the energy level, because who you are really is energy. The infinite being that you are, who resides in this little body for physical experience, right? Imagine, you know, if you are a Maruti car or you have a Mercedes car, that car is going to decide your experience in life, or you are. And wonderful people. I mean, let there be no doubt about it. Each and every person here is a wonderful, magnificent, extraordinary human being created by the God in his own image. You understand? Anything created by the God cannot be defective. Everything created by the God is perfect for the role that he has for you, irrespective of who you are. I've just finished watching a very interesting serial, you know, on Netflix. It's called The Good Doctor. It's about autistic surgeon. Interesting that the autistic guy actually becomes quite a brilliant surgeon, and how people don't treat him like normal. They can't see his brilliance. They can see only his limitations. Remember, I keep saying, are you going to be limited by your limitations, or are you going to be creating your life from your, you know, strengths that we have? So here's a wonderful, brilliant guy. They were not even willing to give him a job because there was one person who stood for him, you know. He said, no, let's not look at his limitation. Let's look at his possibilities. Let us look at his strengths. Let us look at his brilliance. And people go on finding reasons why he will not be successful. Right? And the people who believed in him, they kept on finding out reasons why he can be successful. And so he was. And he could live a normal life because of the strengths that he had. Now, does it mean that we cannot remove our limitations? Yes, we can, and we should also. But if you spend your whole life waiting for the day when all your limitations are removed, then only you are going to perform brilliantly. Will you ever do that? So it can be a process, right? Keep using your strengths, keep using your strengths, keep using your strengths, right? If enthusiasm is your strength, use it. If talking and convincing and enrolling people is your strength, use it. No, sir, but my English is not good. Okay, so that's one limitation. You can keep on overcoming it in the process, you know. So are you going to wait for all the limitations to be over? Then you will start living your life powerfully. When I waited for 27 years of my life, after having read some 900 books on self-improvement and everything, and doing very well in my job in an MNC also, but I never had the guts to choose my own path and to do many things because I was so scared to talk to people in a group. One-to-one, I was excellent. So you just see what are your strengths, man. The world will keep on reminding you. Even if the world doesn't remind you, you will remind yourself every day, you know, this is not okay, that is not okay. Hello? Nobody knows your faults more than you do, correct? The world may or may not see it, but you do. And if you spend your life judging yourself, will you live a life of judgment, limitation? Or will you fly? Because unfortunately, when we start judging ourselves, mostly the negative judgments are only coming in front of us, isn't it? You get up every morning and make a list of, I'm good at this, I'm good at this, I'm good at this, I'm good at this. Yay, I'll do it. No. We don't do that, right? When we are judging ourselves, what is it that comes to the fore most of the time? No, I hope this, weakness nobody finds out. No, they should not find out I'm a shy person. They should not find out I'm not good in mental arithmetic. So either we are hiding because we are judging, no? So when we judge ourselves and we find ourselves wanting in something, we'll try to hide it. What a waste of energy. Correct? And if we are judging ourselves and we feel like we are little less than what we are, will we go forward with great enthusiasm and energy? No. You are a 1000 horsepower engine trying to drive with the brakes on. I mean, is that going to make any sense to anybody? But we do that, no? So that's the reason, my friends, I keep telling you, give up right and wrong, good and bad, this constant chatter which is looking at negativity so that we can have a life of ease, joy, and glory. So when we come here and when I talk and you talk and we be a part of this conversation, we are creating a possibility of a life that works for everybody. A life that works for everybody with no one and nothing left out. So we've spread these positive vibrations, they're going positive in all directions. Have you noticed COVID Baba came, it did not look at religion, caste and creed. It was hammering everybody. Similarly, positive vibration also, it doesn't look at caste and creed on rich and poor or whatever it is. It just goes out. And remember one thing, my dear friends, that the world is the mirror of you. The world is a mirror of you. What you send out comes back to you. Many of us are here, we have more experience and visdom. Some of us have realized this, that as you give, so shall you receive. It's just not some jumla. It is not like, bhaiyo, bhaiyo, achhe din aayenge. It's not like that. It's real. As you give, so shall you receive. It's not just a slogan. Yeah? Do you have the guts to experience it in your life? Because when you experience it, you will have conviction. When you have conviction, magic will start happening. Because another thing is said, as you believe, so shall it be. If you believe that miracles are possible, miracles are possible. If you believe that you can be, filthy rich, as you call it, you will be filthy rich. If you believe that life will come to me with ease, joy, and glory, it will. What will it take for you to start believing? You take steps, experience it, start believing. But first believe, and you will be quite surprised that when you start believing, your experiences will also be like that. Mostly we believe, what do we believe? We believe, no, sir, I've experienced this in my life. That's why I believe like this. No, it's the other way around. Because you believe certain things, that is why you attracted certain experiences into your life. So too much of input today, Baba. I'm not able to stop talking. What to do? Let's move on to the next distinction. Now, I want you to read it. Each one of you read it. Carefully read it and get it. What does it mean? You see, many people, most people, I believe, they are in this I will show you mode. They're doing things, I will show you. Like at the age of 19, when I walked out of my house, because my father slapped me and said, "Who are you? You have no status. Only status that you got is because of Colonel Malvai. When you stand on your own 2 feet, then you come and tell me what you'll do what you want." So I said, okay, I will show him. So I was showing him for many, many years. Yeah? I was showing people what a great guy I was. Showing people, proving. Can you get that? I will show you. A lot of angry people are like that. I will show you. So some very sad people also, I will show you. You think I'm not a nice person? I will show you. Why do you have to show anything to anyone? So what will happen if you replace this statement, which we say sometimes without knowing it, I will show you, and you replace it with, I will serve you. What will happen to you in your life? That shift happened for me the first time in my life in 1982, and that's when I decided to become a trainer. Nobody had heard of what is this transformational training. It's very hard to explain what you do sometimes, right? But I did it because I replaced I will show you with I will serve you. Yesterday, my wife said a very beautiful, very powerful statement. Do you remember what that statement was? I forgot. I will become compliant, something you said. She said, you will shift from being defiant to being compliant. You will shift from being limited by I will show you to I will create something, I will serve you. What a wonderful thing for all trainers to remember, isn't it? Shifting. So a lot of us trainers are into that mode. I will show you, always trying to impress others. Oh, I know this also. I know this also. I was there on a program the other day. So I shared something. Immediately another trainer comes out and he says something to show that, yes, I know more than that. I said, okay, very good. Kabul hai, sir. But it's a very default mode. People don't even know that they're doing it. That's why many times I ask people, why are you asking what you are asking? They'll ask a question, they don't know why they are asking. Sometimes they are asking only to, I will show you. I also know this. I say, good, yeah, if you know it, good for you. Are you getting it? What will happen when you replace I will show you with I will serve you? Because believe me, guys, whether you're a trainer or you're a guy working in sales, right? Or you're a retired person, or you are a head of a company, your only job is to serve people. Okay, there is even a whole school of management, right? It's called the facilitative manager. The guy who created it, he says servant leadership. Servant means to serve. So instead of I will show you, see, we get a lot of these very senior people, they're so busy trying to I will show you, right? They show what a great guy they are. They will produce some results at what cost, right? And 3 generations later, they are still paying the price for I will show you. Can you see so many historic examples of this? That somebody came along, I will show you. And so many people paid the price of that I will show you of his. And the same guy, if he came from I will serve you, even today we are experiencing it. I will show you. I will show you. Are you a congressee? I will show you. All over the place it's happening. So forget about what's happening in the world. Let's look at ourselves, how will my life shift? Okay. How will my life be a true, what shall I say, tribute to my existence over here and to the world? When I shift my way of being from I will show you 2, I will serve you. And believe me, this shaitan, who's sitting inside our head, shaitan, this devil, from time to time, this comes up. We have this tendency because why? We are judging. Na? If you look at from our childhood, parents have been judging us. So we want to come up to their expectations. We want to show them, I'm also good. Baba, I'm your good son. Hey, that uncle's son is not the only good son. I'm also good son. So I will show you. I'm doing it for what? I will show you. So when we are being judged by others or ourselves, will you not get into I will show you mode? Suppose you have a thinking that I'm a stupid fellow, people should not find out I'm stupid, then what do you want to show? I will show you I'm an intelligent fellow. Can you see the link between your judging yourself? Sometimes you are judging other fellows. So you look at somebody and you say, what a supercilious person is he? Proud fellow, trying to put me down. I will show him. And how many situations is I will show you comes up? For many years, I was suffering because I had an internal unconscious belief, because my father said, no, you're stupid like your mother. So I believed it. I also believed that my mother is stupid. Why? Because daddy says so. I also believed that all women are stupid. So whichever woman would come in my life, she was going to show me. I will show you. You think I'm stupid? I will show you. So they would take it on as their, mission in life to show me what a stupid guy I was. Are you beginning to get this? How all pervasive this is? Because of judgment, how much we are into proving mode, how much we are into I will show you mode, and what will happen when you rid yourself from that and you replace it with I will serve you. I don't have to show you, I will serve you. This came out because I was in a conversation with someone yesterday. Okay. He works in a bank in a country far away, and he's getting quite, depressed with the treatment he's getting from some of the seniors. So I was doing a Symphony of Possibility session with him. And during the course of the session, what came to me very strongly as an insight was, tell him, stop proving and start serving. You get it? Because poor fellow, he was being judged so much and he was being opposed so much that he was in that struggling to prove himself mode. And he really wants to get out of there. He doesn't want to work there anymore. Are you getting it? How it affects you? And here we are, we want a life of ease, joy, and glory. Can you have a life of ease, joy, and glory when you are in this I will show you? Sometimes we are only showing to ourselves, because we don't believe in ourselves. So we have to keep showing, I can. Have you met all these dominating people? What do you think they're trying to do? Why do they have such a need for dominating? Have you met these people who are always trying to control everything? Why do they have this need to control everything? And they get very angry when things go out of control. Angry people, they get angry, especially when things are going out of control. And they think that anger is the only way to keep it in control. Have you noticed after that things go more out of control? And then we are again fighting to regain control. So life is about control, control, control. And then you are only roll, no control also. Only roll. Okay, guys, so enough of the distinction. Will you remember this description? What will happen? Simple question. Who is going to read this question for everybody? Let's ask Kunayan to read it.
Thank you, sir.
Now,
what will happen when you replace I will show you with I will serve you?
Great. Thank you very much for sharing it. And let's hear a few people and what is opening up for them.
For me, if I can start, sir.
Yes, please.
So what's opening up with me when I was pondering on this statement is, I will show you is always my ego with the belief that I have a power or control to do something against someone. So bit destructive mindset of punishing or taking revenge or doing something wrong. Now, if I replace the statement with "I will serve
you,"
I will serve you is a sort of love, compassion, and real human being feelings that, and that's what I personally believe is that God has sent me, created me. As you rightly mentioned, God has created all of us, and especially in our religion, we say that He has created with His hands.
Exactly.
So if He has created with His hand, I'm a reflection of the Almighty, then I am here to serve with the love, compassion, and whatsoever I can give it. And again, I am relating with the other session of the valuable. When I start giving, I become valuable. So if I've stuck with the mindset that I will show you, I am living with my ego and punishing myself with the anger and all such chemicals released in my body. And when I convert to "I will serve you," then I become the part of God, like God. And then the life comes with ease, joy, and glory. Thank you so
Beautiful.
much.
Thank you so much. And one more thing happens, huh? The more you live in "I will show you," the more you're creating separation in your life. Right? The more you live in "I will show you," you will find that you are always finding fault with people so that you can put them down mentally and feel superior to them. So many things happen. So you've opened up something wonderful with your sharing, right? Great. Thank you so much. Suchitra, go ahead. After that, Milanji.
Yeah. Can you hear me, sir?
Yes.
So what just occurred to me was the poster boy for "I will show you" is Duryodhana, and the poster boy for "I will serve you" is Hanuman. And the distinction between these two attitudes is very apparent. So "I will show you" inevitably leads to war at many levels. And even any victory is a Pyrrhic victory. That is, it does not satisfy the victor nor the defeated. And though "I will show you" is associated with some superior form of skill, the skill is not used in the way that it
can be used.
Yeah, in its highest way. But if there is a definite desire to serve, as in Hanuman, he becomes the conduit for all the highest skills to manifest. And Hanuman never leaves any job undone. So this service mindedness is associated with continuous finding of possibilities and the sort of distribution of the sense of victory without egotism. Thank you.
Great. Bravo. Thank you so much for sharing it. Yes, sir.
Can I, sir?
Yeah, of course.
Yep. While it leaves a room for me to do a lot of research exercise on this and self-introspection, it's a very wide subject that you have, placed before us. My immediate and very succinct reaction is this: so long, because of this, I prove myself, I'll show you, has created a lot of entropy in my system. Whereas the moment I move on to this, I change the gear to this, I serve you, it gives a lot of calm, cool wisdom. I turned out to a very different person right from now onwards, which I'll work towards and see what changes it brings to my life. Thank you.
Milanji, you are already serving. You're doing the highest form of service right now, right? Maybe you're doing it because you have to, in which case it is more like "I will show you," or you're doing it because I want to and I love to and I choose to, in which it is the highest form of service. God has given you an opportunity to do that, and you're doing it, and I take my hat off to you. You're doing a great job of it. Thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you. Thanks, Siddharth.
Yes, sir. Mr. Sandeep, go ahead.
Well, listening to all this wonderful conversation, the simple thing that comes to my mind is, when it is the person want to show something and prove himself, not necessarily he is going to win, even if he is victorious. there could be, he may lose even after winning everything. Whereas the person who is serving, irrespective of whatever the outcome is, whether he loses or wins, I think he is a winner because he is in the serving mode.
Yeah, and he doesn't care whether he wins or lose, right? He's just serving. He doesn't have to prove anything. He doesn't have to show anything. He doesn't want to show that I'm serving. I mean, he doesn't give, I mean, he's just doing it. I mean, because he wants to, because he chooses to. Thank you so much for sharing it. And Darshana ji, I think you will recognize one of the things that you are experiencing in one of those people whom you know is that person is always in the I will show you mode. Can you get that?
Right. I thought of the same thing at that moment.
I thought so. I was reading your mind.
I better be careful.
Why do you have bad thoughts in your mind? You don't.
Depends on what you read.
Great. Thank you very much. So
But
who else?
I realized that I have very rarely been in the I will show you mode. I can't even think of an incident except when I went and cut my long hair just to show somebody that I am not always that. That's the only incident I can remember. Otherwise, I have always been in the I will serve you mode by choice or by compulsion. I don't know. So I really don't, I have to ponder a lot about this.
Yeah, sometimes this I will show you comes in very subtle ways, you know, and we can talk more about it. I shared a few examples of how it comes in subtle ways. It always doesn't look like it. Okay. So when I have to prove myself to my elders, when I'm seeking the approval of someone by somebody, some kind of actions, that's also kind of I will show you, no? If you have to show somebody that I'm also good enough.
That's in a good way.
Yeah, good or bad. If you have to show someone that I'm also good enough, that's also I will show you, no? I'm not, see, for me, good and bad, right and wrong, I say forget about it. If you have to show someone that I'm also good enough, I'm also your good daughter, or I'm also your good son, that's also I will show you, no?
Yeah, but here now everybody is talking about I will show you in a negative way. So I was
That's
wondering,
okay.
I got
Those
confused.
examples came up because they are prominent, you know. People don't notice the subtle ones which they are doing. So much freedom comes out of getting out of this, I will show you. Right?
Okay.
And I will come up, I will show you that I can come up to your expectations. People spend a lifetime to hear one sentence of praise from their fathers.
Correct.
Hai na?
I've gone through that.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
I will show you is like with a positive thing is very good, I think.
Yeah,
But I
positive,
will show
negative is your, point of view, right? But you see, can you see it's all from the same family? It's coming from, I will show you. I need to prove something about myself. Another way of saying it. Yes, Sujitra.
So it
After
can
that,
be
Ashok ji.
So
Ashok ji raised.
just a quick point that many people, including myself earlier, used to say, I will show you how I serve you.
Yeah, that is also there. I will show you how I serve you. You see many examples of that all the time, right? They will give one banana to someone and they will have a photo opportunity for that. Or they will get 20 people with jhadus and say, what is that, Swachh Bharat and all that.
So, but
Ashok ji.
also serve by in the way that by explaining how they have the stance of I will show you, they can serve. So it works both ways. That's what I want.
I suppose so. Yeah, I suppose so. They're setting an example of saying that this is how you too can serve. That's a very good way of looking at it. A non-judgmental way. Ashok ji, welcome.
Yeah.
Nice to hear from you. Please go ahead.
Good morning.
Morning.
I was thinking of talking maybe right from 7:40 or something, but the talk was so energetic and forceful, I didn't get chance. But still, I'm going to say what I wanted to say when it was 7:40 or 7:45. It is something like standing on the road and somebody is looking for how to go and where to go, and you know that he is lost. Showing him a finger, okay, go that way, and telling, come on, hold my hand, I will show you halfway, and then you proceed. That is this is the second way which I do, and I try to do at least once at least once a day when I find people crossing the road or finding taxi and etc. etc. And second one, after listening to about nearly 35 or 40 conversations in this, I don't know what you call munch or gathering.
Satsang.
Sang, right from the age of maybe 15, 16 to 80, 85. It's a beautiful cross section, getting so many different views. And many times I'm surprised कि अरे ऐसा भी होता है view? अरे ये तो मालूम ही नहीं था. This is the first time I'm hearing this point of view. Sir, your need is in every cooperative society of India. Every cooperative society is mini India, many Vidhan Sabha or Lok Sabha, and everybody is trying to prove that he knows better than the chairman or better than the secretary or better than the treasurer. But I'm with folded hands, really, sir. I'm requesting that your presentation and advice and all these things are really, really useful and needed for cooperative societies at all levels. I'm not joking.
I know that, sir. I know that. I know. Thank you very much for sharing. Why I'm smiling is if each and everyone here spreads the message and asks people to join us, more and more, then the world will certainly become a better place,
yes, sure.
Including my own housing society. I put the message every day, okay? And not once a couple of people came and then on the 100th session, after that they didn't. Okay, some people realize the value of this, some don't. So it's okay. But we can...
But tutu mimi which goes on there.
But
it's terrible. It's terrible. It's...
How much more progress will happen, if people start working, learning to live with each other, keep their differences aside, or use the differences to find new possibility and remember ke boss, hum chahte kya hai?
Yes.
वो तो भूल जाते हैं, वो चाहते क्या है, I will show you. They just want to prove that I am better than you. That's all.
One of the funniest things that, again, I'm little digressing. One of the funniest thing, when a terrace flat, you can say a flat has a terrace, and that terrace leaks to the floor below. Now it is his ceiling is getting spoiled, whereas the upper floor's terrace is not getting spoiled because it is raining in any case. Now, whose fault is this? It is rain's fault, it is a contractor's fault, it is a terrace flat's fault, it is a person who has bought the flat below the terrace's fault. Whose fault is this and who should pay? No, the conversation takes place for maybe 8 hours. No decision is taken. The leakage continues, bombarding continues, and second generation also keeps on fighting like the first generation.
I get it.
It is exactly the same thing happens in our houses also. Father's expectation, mother's expectation, brother's expectation, my own expectation. And when whatever is told by my parents to me, I expect that from my wife and children.
Exactly.
We have to break that link. We have to break that link once for all. Not American way, at the age of 18 you get away, out and fun. Not that. Our culture and our living styles are really rich, but we have to break that chain once for all. That's for sure. And I'm thankful for this munch because it is opening so many conversations, so many deep thoughts, which tells us कि अरे ये तो कभी सोचा ही नहीं था, सुना भी नहीं था कि ऐसे भी हो सकता है. And this is the way one can really come out. And I, for myself, I have shown also way, and I am also being led by so many people here. It cannot be written down or said, but every day there is somebody's thought comes in mind. अरे इसने तो ऐसे बोला था, ये ऐसे करोगे तो अच्छा रहेगा, and it works. It really works. It is amazing. It's amazing. Thank you, sir.
And sir, thank you. My salute to you that you, with so much experience and having held such a high position in your organization and even in a Rotary and everything, that when I hear this from someone like you, it is such a great encouragement to everybody here. See, it's not only about me or anyone, it's about you and you and you, everybody here. You know, we make this rich, na? Aap aate ho to ye rich hota hai. Otherwise, what is the point, right? When we started it, we never thought that we will have, 40, 50 people coming every morning. And for us, it was never a numbers thing, because, it begins with a small drop and then it keeps on adding and adding and adding. And then people like you come, and Mr. Anand from Hyderabad, he's also like you, so much connected with the industry and all that. We need to get this kind of participation from more and more people from all walks of life, housing societies, this, that. In fact, I've been seriously putting this energy into the universe. There's some TV channel picks me up and says, hello, we'll broadcast your every morning conversations live on television. Then lakhs of people will hear it. It's all about, engaging in positive conversation. The more people get engaged, the more positive vibrations will spread. That's all the mission is.
Sure, yes.
So thank
Ratan
you.
joining at 2:30 in the early
In the morning. I mean, it's
Yeah.
amazing. And who
It's
asked him to
amazing.
join? If you had not shared with him, he would have not joined. Na? So sharing is the key when we
Sharing is
invite people to join us, We just be an invitation. उसमें भी कईयों को प्रॉब्लम आता है, अरे यार किसी ने ना बोल दिया तो अच्छा नहीं लगेगा. कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता यार. कोई लोग हाँ बोलेगा, कोई लोग ना बोलेगा. How does it matter? Great. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, Raghu, you are the last one, and make it fast. 8:30 actually for everybody is the official closing time. So I close the formal part of today's conversation. So those who want to leave can leave. Those who want to continue are most welcome to continue. Raghu, please share.
Thank you, sir. So when you mentioned about this 100th meeting and your community, the same in my childhood I used to remember. We lived in a temple city, and we don't go to the temple, but all the people around the world, they'll come to the temple. Maybe they say, my father used to say, the other part of the land, other part of the green is always shining. So they don't realize what is there in their footstep. That is one thing I remember when you said about it. The second, I will show you. I just want to relate with this, the supermarket, whenever I go now, when I don't go everywhere to find out, but I'll just ask the customer, servant, where is it? Some people, they say, no, it is there, go and find out. And some people, they'll just come to some extent and they say, no, go take right and then find out. And some people who come where it is and then they'll show. So like the serving mode, no? So you don't need to even feel that you're searching for something. So next time, I will not go to any other shop. I'll go to the particular shop. How the serving mode helps people to enroll. And it becomes a very natural that you go there and then you'll find out. So, but the person who is saying, no, it is there, probably they'll lose the customer.
Who knows?
So this is my experience. Yeah. Thank you, sir.
Okay, great. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, who else? The floor is open for those who remain. And you can share anything, you can ask anything. It's a good time to share and ask questions.
I want to ask one thing.
Yes, Priya ji.
Yes.
Please go ahead.
When I say I'll show you, it's mostly with my parents nowadays. So whatever I do, it's that only. So how can I shift from I'll show you to I'll serve you? I was not present in the initial half an hour, so maybe I missed that.
Well, moral of the story is come on time. And the
I
second
have
thing is,
another
see,
session from 6:30.
so listen, Priya, listen. Nobody has to come and tell you how to serve, right? Suppose you drop this, I will show you. Then you see what shows up. Na? Now let me talk to you landmark language. If you drop, I will show you. What will show up? Thank you, Raghu.
Some new possibility to be with
Exactly.
them.
Exactly. So if you just be with them and serve them, see, that doesn't mean you have to always agree with everything that everybody says. Serving them means giving them the love and attention and energy. Serving them could be that if you are avoiding them today, sometimes what happens is when you are in that I will show you mode, right? Even when you are there with them, you are not really with them. You're so busy trying to show them. Okay? You're in a very different kind of mindset at that time. But when you are there to serve them, you're just being with them, right? You'll see that you'll be able to drop your judgments of them. But it will basically start. You asked me how. I say it will start when you drop your judgments about yourself first.
Judgments about myself.
Yeah. You'll be surprised how many judgments about yourself you have.
I'm thinking of it. I have never
Yeah.
thought of that.
Yeah, just see, you'll find out as you go along. There's no hurry. I mean, you spent a lifetime being in this mode, right? A couple of more days won't make a difference. Just be dwelling in this question. What will happen when I shift from I will show you mode to I will serve you mode? You will find a shift happening everywhere in your life, including your professional life, your personal life, your family life, and even in your own relationship with yourself. You'll be quite surprised, how much time and energy we spend in trying to prove to ourselves so many things. Like some people try to prove, I am a very strong person. Why do you have to prove it? If you are a strong person, you're a strong person.
Right.
Some people try to prove, I am an independent person. You can't tell me what to do. I will do what I want. Hey, Baba, why do you have to prove it? Do what you want, no?
The
So
other part
when-
is not understanding. No, that is why people.
It doesn't have to. Remember one thing in life. I hope somebody told you this in the Landmark Forum, or at least in the advanced course, or at least in the SCLP and so many programs that you've done. I hope somebody told you that every position has an opposition. So if you take a position which you have, you see somebody who's there, I will show you, is taken a position. So there's always an opposition to a position. Okay, so when you give up your position, yeah, like this, I'm a position, then the opposition will drop. That's why it starts here. If you give up, stop trying to prove something to someone. See, at some point of time, maybe you decided, Priya, that I'm weak. That is why, people take advantage of weak people. So I am strong and I will be strong. So that
I have
nobody can take
to be
advantage of
strong.
me. Exactly. That is showing, I will show you, no? You don't have to be. You just be. And you will see that that's what's been running your life for so many years. You're lucky that you're still young. You're just 27 years old. Can you imagine running like this? You know what your face will look like after some time? Like this.
No.
दूर रहो बच्चे, दूर रहकर करो बात, मेरे करीब मत आओ.
Yeah, it happens every day.
Yeah, that's because that's what you're sending out signals, right? If you are on a position, you will get opposition. If you send out signal like I will show you, what you will show me? हम तुम्हारे बाप हैं. I will show you. I will show you का जवाब I will show you ही आता है.
Yeah, Newton's third law.
I will show you में enrollment नहीं आ सकता है. See, if you have some vision, an idea about your life, and you are not able to enroll your own near and dear loved ones into it, is that you take a position. Position भी हम इसीलिए लेते हैं कि कहीं मुझे फुसला ना दें ये लोग. मैं फुसलने वाली नहीं हूँ. That's the stand you have taken. They are not. I'm not going to let them convince me. Arey Baba, if you are in that state, can you listen? Remember what I said about communication the other day. Communication begins with the willingness to accept another person's point of view without changing it. जब आप एक stand लेती हैं, can you be in that kind of listening? No. You're so busy trying to shove your point of view down their throat that you'll never get their point of view. You can never enroll anybody unless you know what their point of view is.
Yeah, nowadays it is happening. I'm working with few people and they're not enrolled in my conversation or whatever I say to them.
They won't.
Also, I nowadays I figure out that maybe I'm not understanding what they are trying to say. Look, their point of view.
You're not even listening.
हाँ.
Because you feel, see, hota kya hai isme, I will show you mein, you will not listen to anyone because you are afraid that you may get convinced by them, you know. And you cannot allow yourself to be convinced by them, you see. So why should you listen? And what am I saying? Listening, communication begins with the willingness to accept another person's point of view without changing it. It does not mean that you have to agree with them. It does not mean that you have to disagree with them. It does not mean that you have to do what they say. It does not mean that you don't do what they say. It simply means that you are willing to accept their point of view. तो आपने उनका तोहफा कबूल किया तो हो सकता है वो आपका तोहफा ले ले. Right? So instead of being on different sides of the border, you are coming on the same side, because when you get their point of view, you'll say, okay, this is their point of view. Great. I hope I'm able to let them listen to my point of view. They might be more willing to listen. You understand? When you give up a position, position means I am right. That's a position. I am right and they are wrong. That's a position. You give up your position, the first thing happens is, okay, I'm right and maybe they are also right. They may be right from their point of view and I'm right from my point of view. Nobody is right, nobody is wrong. How can we work together and find a mutually satisfying solution? They are worried because I'm getting old and they are worried because they love me, right? They are worried that who's going to take care of me, right?
All of this they keep saying.
Yeah, and I'm worried. That's their point of view. And your point of view is whatever your point of view is. And both are entitled to their points of view. There is no right view, there's no wrong view. But there is some action which needs to be taken, which will benefit everybody. Especially you, because it's your life. But if you're so stuck on, I am right. I mean, you're not God. You have got wisdom of only 27 years in your brain. How can you be so arrogant to think that you know everything? See, one incident has made you be a certain way in your life, right?
Yes.
And in that, you are always, I will show you. You have to show yourself, you have to show the whole world that nobody can mess with me. That's fine. Don't give it up. But it doesn't have to be a position, you know. See, if you take a position, I'll give you a classic example of a very famous person in this country who became famous. Her name was Kiran Bedi. You must have heard of her.
Yeah.
Yeah, she could have become a president also. Same thing with Mr. T.N. Session. It was I will show you which started dominating. I will serve you. You can serve with strength also. They were all strong people. But I will show you will create opposition unnecessarily. I will show you will never allow you to invest in relationships. A person who's always in I will show you can never have empowering relationships. What is empowering relationship? Empowering relationship is when people are willing to support you in what you choose to do. And when you are willing to support them in what they choose to do. So who's the winner? You are living in this world of I will win and they will lose. Or if they win, I will lose. Who's the winner here at the end of the day?
No one.
Yeah, their meter has run out, Baba. उनकी तो जिंदगी खत्म होने वाली है. तुम्हारी तो शुरू हो रही है. किसकी जीत है और किसकी हार है?
किसी की भी नहीं.
Exactly. आपकी ज्यादा हार होने वाली है if you don't give up this position. Because you have a longer life to झेलो.
Yesterday I was feeling I can't see anything in front of me.
So then, are you getting what I'm saying now? Who's got more to lose by being adamant?
It's me, I guess. I mean,
exactly.
Yeah.
Because more choices will not open up for you, na? Priya, और कोई problem नहीं है. At the end of the day, one should have more choices. Right now, when you are on a position, there is only one or two choices, right? Fight or flight. Brain number 1 only is operating, or brain number 2 is not operating. Unlimited choices, unlimited opportunities that are available to a young person, they are getting closed by you, nobody else.
Yeah, I do this.
तो फ्यूचर फ्रॉम द फ्यूचर कहाँ आएगा आपका? अभी तो फ्यूचर फ्रॉम द पास्ट ही आ रहा है ना. The position, all position comes from past based thinking, which you know and I know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Right? And you don't want to listen to this conversation again from right and wrong. Because I don't care about what is right and what is wrong. There is no right, there is no wrong. The point is, what the hell do you want in your life? Yeah? Do you even know that? So mostly what happens is we know very well what we don't want. We don't know what we want.
Yeah, in that zone only.
So you see what will, that's why I said, what will happen when you give up, I will show you, and replace it with I will serve you. Because your purpose of existence in this planet is to serve, not to show. It's not only about showing your parents or something, you're doing that with the world. If you get into how can Priya Gupta with her rich intellect, see, you're a smart woman and very intelligent too. You are a wonderful, magnificent, extraordinary human being. And this wonderful, magnificent, extraordinary human being, how can you be of service? Wherever you go, you can be of service. No? Whatever you do, you can be coming from service. अब आपने job experience में देख लीजिए, if you are from service, you'd still be in the job. Bye, Suchitra. Yeah, so be in this thought. What will happen when you replace, I will show you, with? A lot of people are trying to show their families. You know? Like a lot of people are, देखते हैं तुम 2 दिन अपना पैसे कमा के खा के दिखा दो. A lot of parents will say, ना 2 दिन अपना खा के दिखा दो, मान लेंगे तुमको, फिर I will show you आ जाएगा वहां से. मेरे पिताजी ने यही किया था मेरे साथ, but मैंने दिखा भी दिया, फिर क्या पाया? So luckily I came back on the right path. नहीं तो मैं अभी भी I will show you कर रहा होता. मर भी गए तब भी मैं I will show you कर रहा होता था. So what's the point? You're not here to show anything to anyone. Yeah? You're not here to prove anything to anyone. You're here to fulfill your vision or your purpose. If you discover it, congratulations. If you need help in discovering it, we are there for you. But there is a purpose for you. Everybody has a purpose. You're so busy fighting the circumstances कि purpose सामने आता ही नहीं है. आता भी है तो दिखाई नहीं देता है. This is what happens to many of us. Yeah, you're not the only one. बहुत लोगों की ना जिंदगी खत्म भी हो जाती है तब भी उनको अपना पर्पस नहीं पता चलता. They are so busy fighting the situations only. So relax, chill, be happy, do some 100% laughter. मूड अच्छा हो जाएगा. ये तो हमारे हाथ में है ना, कभी भी कर सकते हैं हम, है ना? जब लाइफ हो आउट ऑफ कंट्रोल, क्या करना चाहिए?
सीटी बजानी चाहिए.
हाँ, चीटी बजा के बोल. All right, thank you very much. Chidambar, you want to say something? Sorry to keep you waiting for such a long time.
No issue, sir. Actually, a lot of my conflicts and thoughts are resolved by explaining to this madam. Actually, I have a question that the I will show you and I will serve you. There is a difference that I will show you ignite our fire and I will serve you ignite our lamp. When we can, with the lamp, we can help somebody. We can losing the without losing the person, we can meet our commitments, and with losing the person, we can meet our commitment. There is a difference between I'll show you and I'll just serve you.
Fantastic.
I realize that, sir. Thank you.
You know, your business will increase 100 times when you get it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
If you start living from.
Really, I like statements, sir. I had to work on this. Thank you.
Great, great. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, anybody else? Anything? Otherwise, formal part of the meeting is over. What's opening up for you, Sandeep, now?
So a lot of things opening, sir, and seeing a lot of possibilities ahead.
Okay, 1 minute.
Seeing a
Let me
wonderful
formally
future.
close the, what do you call? All right, guys, thank you very much for your participation. And we look forward to seeing you again tomorrow on our Empowering Morning Conversations. And have a wonderful day. Have a great adventure. I just thought I'll stop the recordings and all, so you can